experiences in Mexico, but my life was golden out there, man. I mean, damn, pick a topic or
I
anything
think
that.
we get it. You were doing the same tricking in
But
Mexico that you're doing
any
now.
Wow. Okay, okay,
Gotcha.
cool. Anyway, funny.
We need the 30
Anyways,
for 30. We need the 30 for 30 on BA. Respectfully.
okay. Okay, so
It's
all
interesting.
right,
You
all
have a
right.
very
Let me
interesting
let
story.
me let's play his game. Let's say I was tricky, right? Okay,
I'm closing this at midnight,
um,
guys. I'm getting a little tired.
right. So okay, I was in quotes tricking, but I was happily tricking because I was getting a lot of value for my buck. So at that time, the value of the dollar to the Mexican peso was extremely high. So I was getting, seven. It was like I think like at one time, god damn, it was like 25 to 1. I mean, for every dollar, I would receive 25 pesos. So my rent would drop almost in it was almost cut in half. So I was paying like $600 to like almost 370. So I mean, just from different point of views, I mean that part is boring. But I traveled a lot through Mexico. I had some crazy good experiences and interaction. I love Mexico, and Tijuana
Yeah.
specifically is like my
Oh my
second
God.
home. Oh, third
Oh,
home.
jeez.
Go ahead, brother.
Tijuana is worse than Patia by
Oh God.
100%. Tijuana is really an s-hole. But now you're from California. You've mentioned.
Yeah, from the
Weren't
Bay,
you able
Bay Area specifically.
that California has the second largest population of Mexicans outside of Mexico. How did you
Right.
find? Did you find that Mexican American women weren't suitable? So you went to Tijuana. Good Lord.
No, no.
I wouldn't I wouldn't tell
Okay.
anybody
So
that.
no, no.
I
It's
wouldn't
no.
tell anybody.
It's all good, brother. No. So all right. When I used to live in San Diego County, and I used to live in North County because there's three different sections. There's North County, San Diego County itself, and then the South region. So in North County, there were a lot of Mexicans also, but also there were a lot of blacks and also snow bunnies. So in that region, I was always surrounded by all of those different groups, but in a specific cities. So for example, like La Jolla, or I would just say Carlsbad is a very wealthy area of the snow bunny. That's where the snow bunnies are at. So that's where I used to live close by. So I was in close proximity to those. But that didn't mean that I didn't have access to other groups of women. But I've ended up dating in Chicana is what I would call it, because she was born in Mexico but raised in the states. So she's a Chicana, and it was great, bro. It was like I said, man. I can't complain about my adulthood nor my childhood, man. Like I can't complain at all. Now, and honestly, that's where I transitioned to Tijuana because of my Chicana girlfriend. Her family had lived, or I think still do live, in Tijuana. So we would take trips out there every weekend to see her family, because San Diego is on the border of Tijuana, or Mexico. San Isidro is the border city of Tijuana. So we would drive out there. Takes us about 45 minutes, and boom, we smack in Tijuana. So that's actually what initiated my journey through Mexico, or initiated
Did
it.
the girls like you in that time period between 25 and 35? Did you find that American women would walk up to you and say, "Hey, I think you're smart and handsome. Let's go out and have a date or something"? Did you get to sow your wild oats between 25 and 35?
I mean, I wouldn't say soiled oats, but I would just say it happened, but in the reverse order because in California, I don't know how it is in any other states, but women just don't walk up to men and just initiate conversations like that unless it's like platonic or whatnot. But me, I would initiate it, of course, initiate the small talk, bullshit conversation, right, and et cetera, and just see what happens. Floats the boat. But I would say I've always been the shy guy, so it wasn't like I was just hollering at everything with two legs. But when I did hit, I hit. And that's why I say I can't complain about my experiences in the states and even in my not streams, but videos. Like I don't talk down on American women as a collective. Like I don't have any bad experiences with them at all, and I didn't have many girlfriends out there because, of course, man, we had access to all these different types of melting pot environments. I would be politically safe, and we were just doing what young adults do. You feel me? And that was the hyphy movement. Also
Hey,
within that
BA,
era. So go ahead,
BA.
brother.
So how does like Social Security work? So that's just a loss, which you working
Social
out
Security.
there, or is it a way for you to like build something like that out there, or do they not even have Social Security in Brazil?
I'm pretty sure they do, but you have to become a citizen out here. But as far as me having my connections to the United States, um, that's I fully utilize my benefits from the states, but also I'm financially stable enough for, and I would just say, I'm in a comfortable financial situation where if something was to happen to me, I can get it taken care of. In all humbleness, I
Fair,
would
Hey,
say.
fair.
gentlemen, if y'all will indulge me a bit, and welcome to the brother who joined the panel and also to Strictly Travel. I got DA or VA, the DA, under cross exam right now. So I just wanted to ask him, yeah,
your line of questioning.
yeah, if I could
It's
continue my
all
line of
good, brother.
questioning.
Of
Okay,
course, go
thank you.
ahead, brother.
Thank you, sir. Now, in
Mhm.
terms of uh, STIs, which is a big issue here in Thailand,
Right,
um, it's on fire out here, and I know I've
right,
heard a lot about the DR and South America hot spots, tourist districts, red light districts, whatever. Um,
right.
I heard you also say, this is a double-ended question. I heard you also
Mhm.
say that you got a girl, but I'm curious to know one about how careful you're being in those streets, and how did your girl feel about you still being in the streets if you actually have a girl out there? I'm just curious.
No, cool. Okay, so the first thing I'll address it piece by piece. So you talked about STIs, are also known as STDs, sexually transmitted infections or sexually transmitted diseases. They're interchangeable. Now, before I talk about the second part of what you asked, I think I'm glad you brought these questions up because I believe that it's a great topic to talk about, especially educating brothers if they're not aware of STD. So the very first thing I want to say to the people out there in general, not just brothers, but people in general, if you guys do have a viral infection or a curable STI or STD, it's not the end of the world, okay? And I say that to say this because when a lot of people end up um, getting infected by these STDs or STIs, they bring more mental trauma to themselves, and some of them, think about committing suicide. So for those that are out there, it's not the end of the world. You can still live your life. Just find a therapy that works for you when it comes to these STDs and STIs. Now, secondly, I would just say that the viral STI, which is also known as HIV, or that converts into AIDS, that's very, very, very popular. But also, it's something not to be fucked with. As like the king of the king, you don't want to poke that bear. But when it comes to other STIs, as far as chlamydia, gonorrhea, and etc., um, those are
Take that
just
L and go
bacteria.
to the doctor, huh? Just take that L and go to the doc, huh?
When you're referring to when I'm referring to HIV or chlamydia.
No, some of the other ones, chlamydia, stuff like that,
Right,
UTI. So
exactly. So
penicillin to keep depressed,
chlamydia.
huh?
Man, hell no, don't recommend that bullshit. All due respect, excuse my French, but chlamydia and gonorrhea are bacterial infections, which can be cleaned up, but most likely just get treatment, and they take up to 7 to 14 days to clear, based on which type of treatment you get. People are probably thinking about, well, how is BA, talking about this? Well, I self educate, I educate myself, and I
Now
actually
that
like,
well, that might
and
mean
I,
you have some
uh,
experience with it. Does that imply
huh?
that you have some experience with dealing with some of those situations?
No. I actually study virology. I think
You
that's
sound
what
like
Okay.
it's
an
called,
expert to me,
virology.
BA.
Huh?
I know, right?
No,
Sound
thank
like
you.
an expert.
No, thank you. I
It's good to
actually
be. It's good to be knowledgeable.
Yeah.
I'm appreciative of that. Thank you. I
Hey,
really do appreciate
hey,
that because I take a lot of time to do my
hey,
research and
BA.
Mhm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard someone asked you about social security in Brazil,
Hmm.
and yes, there is. As a matter of fact, there's an agreement between the United States and Brazil.
E você fala português?
Se falo português pouquinho.
Ah,
English, young
então
man, English.
de onde? Hold on, porque hold on, really quick. De onde você é?
Não, eu sou não, sou do Congo.
Ah, você é africano?
Sim, claro que sim.
Ah, que bom, que bom. Ah, seja
Eu,
bem-vindo.
sim.
All right, for sure. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was saying that there's an agreement between Brazil and the United States, the same
Hmm.
as Australia, Austria, Belgium, Canada, Chile, Czech Republic. So all those countries, they have an agreement when it comes to social security benefits. Working in one country allows you to actually be eligible for partial benefit in the United States. So
Right.
we have to
So
do
it
that.
allows you.
No,
So it
that's what's
allows you
up.
to get 50% of your benefits.
Partial benefit, it doesn't say exactly. It's an agreement that was signed in 2018 since October 1st.
Okay.
No, it was signed on June 30th, 2015, but took effect in August 1st, 2018. Yeah,
Okay.
because the US has lots of agreements with like the Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Czech Republic, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, UK, Denmark, Chile, Canada, and Brazil. So
Okay.
yeah, so pretty much working there, if you actually pay your social benefit, if you're employed for at least 30 months, then you
Right.
qualify you for social security benefit. That's something good to know. So it doesn't mean that living outside the United States automatically disqualify you for your pensions. Lots of people don't know that, but yes, you still can. You have to make sure that there's an agreement with those the country where you're in. But Chile and Brazil, in Latin America, it's actually only Chile and Brazil. That's an
Okay.
agreement. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's something that I question just when I hear so many people. I'm in my mid-30s, and even like a lot of people say online jobs, but my partner, she does online jobs for a hospital. They would not let her go to a place like Thailand or China or something like that to work for security purposes on the network. I feel like a lot of salary jobs are going to be basically like that, I think. I feel like maybe if you do something like a hotel, there's maybe $14, $15. Maybe you could move anywhere to a Brazil or something like that if you wanted to. But the thing about that is, if someone has a college degree where they're making 60 or more, then that's not really feasible just because then you're shooting yourself in the foot when it comes to stuff like Social Security. Because as we all know, even in America, even making $70,000, $80,000 a year, people are complaining and saying the Social Security isn't enough. And most people live off Social Security. Most people don't even live off of retirement because that's just not enough. So that's just one of the things that, I wish more people would kind of put out there. A lot of people would say, well, like Austin Holloman, well, why do you care? And it's just like, it ain't that I care like that, but I'm just saying, if y'all are going to be older and saying y'all are mentoring to them, how do you not bring those factors up? But BA, I respect what you got shaking, man. Appreciate your honesty.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And I just want to make a disclaimer. And I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but for all of those who may come across this live stream and listen to it, I just want for those people who have contracted an STD or STI or etc. Linda does not like you, and she will shame you for
Whoa.
contracting it. No, hold on, no, wait, no. She brought this upon herself. Now, wait.
Of course, you should shame them because what you are trying to do is trying to get a black woman to accept diseased black men just because you're trying to shame her. And I'm so happy that Linda doesn't accept diseased black men.
No, but
Okay, that's fine.
STD is not a black man disease.
Well,
Thank you.
The STD was created by
And
black
she's actually from Africa, which I mean they say in quotes where HIV originated from. This is the place where she's from.
I do not accept diseased African men either. So what's I mean?
We
you
understand
accept
you.
disease
We
from
understand.
white
We
men.
understand you worship white men, like Zed. We get that already. You don't need
Linda,
to
I am also a nurse
continuously
and nurse
confirm it.
practitioner.
All right, we got 26 minutes left.
All right. So I just want to let everybody know that if they ever did contract anything, Linda will shun you for it, and she will mentally make you go crazy about it. So I just want to point that out there. So shout out to
No,
Linda.
she will treat you, but she will absolutely not praise men who have STDs. I'm so proud of you, Linda. I am a nurse practitioner like you, and I do not praise men who willingly get STDs. So yeah, she's doing.
Oh, you mean like that white DJ that had
I don't.
infected a lot
Yeah.
of
So
black women?
yes,
You
I
know,
do not.
yeah, that was a big story. How come you don't talk about
Yeah,
that?
right. They
That
want us to
white guy.
normalize. They want us to normalize STDs. We don't
No,
want
hold
STDs.
on, but wait though. That white guy has slept with over 700
Are you
underage
sleeping
black
with
girls
him? I don't
specifically,
even know
and
why
he
he.
infected a lot of them with HIV. How come you don't
So
wait a minute? Hold on, wait a minute. That's very interesting now. How come you not talking about
you
that?
are the one defending
That's
him.
the
We are
guy
not
that you're
defending him.
worshiping.
Are you having sex with him? I mean, why? I
No,
mean,
no, but
so
you worship white men and you're talking about HIV. So I'm only trying to talk about it within the same context. So this white guy that you worship, he willingly had slept with over 700 underage, specifically black girls, knowing that he has HIV and he has passed it on to other of those girls. How come you didn't say anything about that?
because if he is the topic of conversation, yes, I would say something about it. But
Oh,
right
well, can we
now,
make it the conversation?
no. When we have
Why
you.
not? Are you protecting White Zaddy?
No, I am actually trying to prevent save
We
black
know
women
that
from.
Linda doesn't like black men that travel like me. I get that.
Linda doesn't like black men who go up on the public platform and brag about being degenerates. So
Great. I got you. It's all
yeah.
good.
So
No, but I did want to continue to educate my brothers, if to be aware of those STIs and STDs or whatnot when they travel, because that is extremely
but you
that
are
is very
you
important.
literally said you are proud of being a degenerate. You said
Wait,
you were
what?
corrupt.
Who said I'm proud to be a degenerate?
You said you were corrupt. You actually said I am
Corrupt. I didn't say
corrupt.
degenerate. I
Yes,
didn't say
corrupt is
corrupt.
degenerate. Yes, you are a corrupt person who is
I
very
said
proud of.
corrupt. I didn't say corrupt. I said corrupt. I am
Yes, you
corrupt.
said corrupt. So you are proud corrupt person who is a degenerate. Degenerates are
No, I didn't say I'm degenerate. I said I'm corrupt based on me being overly spoiled.
no.
You
You
see,
are
like
English
that,
is your
you
first
don't listen
language.
to context, nor and also
English is your first
you have
language.
selective listening.
No, English is your first language. You could have used spoiled. You said corrupt, and
No,
corrupt
actually,
is
Ebonics was my first language.
Yes, Ebonics is my first language, your first language. So you could have used spoiled. So the fact
No,
that you
but I
didn't use
preferred, but I preferred
the,
to use something else.
yes, corrupt, which is what describes your behavior, which is a person who is, uh, oh, yes, see,
So Zay, I have a question for you now. And you wrote in the comments, why can't we have sex and not be shunned for it like black men do? Why can't we have as much sex as possible with white men and not
I
be
didn't say
shunned?
why.
Why why were you so passionate about that? I'm just curious.
I didn't say why. I
You
said
did.
we should.
No, right,
I
right.
have been saying this. I have been saying this forever, which is women should have as much sex as they want. Go to Jamaica, have sex in. I mean, we will do that. We would go to Jamaica and have sex in the boats. We would go to Brazil and have sex. We're gonna go to
Damn,
Paris.
Zed, look at you. All right.
Exactly.
Damn, Zed. I didn't know you was getting in there like that, though.
Well,
That's
hold on,
what's
BA.
up.
I want to check Zed on something she just said, because someone said I think it was Linda said in the comments, the chat, that having excessive casual sexual encounters is dangerous. I would add not just physically, but mentally, and I apply that to you as well, Zed. I think it's well known, at least I thought I understood, that women who have excessive sexual partners throughout her sexually active years have a higher propensity for HPV. Is that, aside from the others, but HPV as well? Is that accurate?
That's
Is
correct.
that syphilis?
As long as you have safe sex, I think. I mean, look at this. What's called porn stars. They have more sex than anyone, and they are one of the the least STD. Like they have very low rate of STD because they practice safe sex. And I have never had problem with people like BA having sex wherever and whatever. The problem I have with people like BA is they want to have as much sex with he actually proudly says that black men marrying, dating white women is perfectly okay.
Wait,
But
hold on. Wait a minute now. You can't move the goalposts. I never said anything of what you just said.
so yes, so if it is okay for men to have as much sex as they want, it should be okay for women to have as much sex as we want. So
Zed is campaigning to be a
It'll take 1,000
whore and
years.
not have any backlash. That's
It'll
what it
take
comes down to.
It'll take 1,000 years of tradition, culture, mores, customs to make that equanimity or equal to what men do. Men have lots of sex because they've always had lots of sex,
yeah,
and
and
women have
we're
not.
gonna catch up with them.
Exactly,
Wow, Zed
about a thousand.
wants to have whorish activity and not be
Yes,
shunned for it. And
yes.
I'm not judging you.
I think Zed just always pushes it really far to the right or really far to the left, like most people on YouTube.
I have never pushed a part to the right. Never. When did I ever push part to the right?
When I say to the right, I'm saying like what you're saying, as far as that men are doing wrong, so we should all do wrong. I don't really believe in your
How
heart
is
that
that
what
right wing?
I don't really believe in your heart that that's something that you would really tell your niece or something like that. I think you're just trying to make a point. That's
No,
what I was trying to
I
say.
tell everyone for me the only judgment I make when it comes to sex is that you do not have sex with non-consenting people. You should not have sex with animals. You should not have sex with minors. You should not
But
have sex with
white people do
disabled.
bestiality though. They
Can I
indulge
finish?
in bestiality.
With disability with disabled people, you should not have sex with people who cannot consent. Other than that, I would not judge. Of course you should not have sex with people you are related, but other than that I will not judge you. But people like BA would praise men who have multiple sexual partners, but attack women who do the same.
But for me, I would say as a black male, mid-30s, I wouldn't even recommend that to most men. For one, most men
Mhm.
can't afford to even have sex with that many women. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, why can't they afford to have sex with so many women? Are they like paying for the sex? Is that why?
I mean, America's always been expensive, but right now we just had houses go up in price by 20%, 20%, and 20%. Most people can't even afford a house in their 30s, and they're going to have to wait till their 40s to purchase their first starter home. So, I mean, I don't think people have money to just throw around just to go have fun right now. Serious times.
Oh, hold on. These men are not building houses to the women they have sex with. They're just having
Wow.
sex, one night stands and moving on to the next one. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
So
So
that's what I'm
then,
saying. I'm saying when it comes to my little cousins or brothers or whatever the situation may be, I'm preaching education. I'm preaching start early, look for a wife, like the things that matter. Overall, that's who most of your time is going to be spent with as you, become an adult. Unless you're a professional athlete or entertainer or something in that form, that's like where all your time's going to spend. So the only point that I'm just trying to make is, I thought you were pushing it to the far, but I'm not going to argue. Like, if that's your thoughts, you got a right to have that. I'm just saying I don't agree with it. I think it's pretty far.
okay. But
Respect.
for
I
the
respect
people
that.
you should be getting at is BA.
No, he should be getting at you, which he is respectfully doing.
BA literally said that he is a degenerate. He said that, well, he didn't
Oh
use those
God,
words, but he
this
said he is
again.
corrupt. And he's
I
trying
am
to,
corrupt. I'm
yes, you
spoiled. I'm
are.
overly
And that's what
spoiled.
we're
In that form,
saying.
I'm corrupt.
You are corrupt, one. And the other thing is, this is a freelance loader. I mean, he is living with this off-white woman he calls black, and he is
What?
freeloading on her and her
Oh
mom.
God, Jesus Christ.
But you're kind of contradicting yourself, Zayed. Like, you're calling him out names, and that's what someone was saying in the chat. Like, why are you attacking him like that? And then not only that, you're contradicting yourself because you're saying that you're okay with everyone doing it. So why even
Get
judge?
him, OB.
Just
I did
have an
not
open
judge
mind and
him. He
do it.
himself said he's corrupt. He said he's
Perspective is
corrupt.
everything. No, perspective is everything. I think we're losing
Thank you.
perspective. And to the
Exactly.
brother who thinks he's corrupt, guess what? He can be corrupt because of his perspective. Your perspective is different than his. In his world, he's normal. In your world, you're normal. This is
Brother
why.
Mike, she does
Hey, how
not
you doing?
understand logic.
Well, logic is only the culmination of culture, information, and of course the madness of the person actually spewing the whatever the content or the conversation. At the end of the day, you are different than she is, and her standards, customs, traditions, mores, tasks, and all of that are different than yours. However, what women collectively are doing in a lot of places around the world is they're advocating for equanimity, equality, but
Right.
not in the history of the world have women ever been equal to men in anything. Never. But they want to assume those roles of equanimity or equality in order to just to say that they have, and also have earned it in a lot of ways. But it will still never be equal to men. Not the sexualization, not the socialization, not the strength, not the work ethic, not the protecting the family. Ask yourself, how many bricklayers out there are women? How many plumbers are women?
Well, I can tell you out
How many
here. I
street
can tell
sweepers
you
are
out here in
women?
Uh oh.
Mike,
You're taking it to a different level now. You know she a feminist, so
It's
I can
okay.
tell you out here in Thailand, Michael. I see a lot of women on the job sites doing that.
And that's okay. A lot is not the majority or even close. A lot is maybe, let's say, 10%. That's a lot. 4% are in those low-level paying jobs that blaze brick, that solder steel, that in the dockyards. They don't exist there. Most women in workplaces around the world exist where? In the office spaces, in the hierarchical understanding of corporations, and some of their own companies, and they're doing very well, but it will never even equal what men have amassed and protected. Who protects who? Somebody walks into this place where I am right now and starts shooting. Every woman here is going to look at me to protect them. What woman's going to jump in front of me? Tell me.
Can I
Hey,
make a relatable situation that I just had
Please.
yesterday? Listen, really, let me be
Yeah,
really brief on this right quick. Hold on,
yeah,
Chris. I'm gonna give my
yeah.
personal
I was gonna
experience
say after
about something he just said.
after you, Linda's going.
Okay, cool. So I weigh about how much do I weigh? I think I weigh like 180ish, right? And I'm 6'2". So my girl when she cooked for me yesterday, and she gave me this type of meat that I'm not aware of, and I told her, I need some frango, I need some chicken, or some other type of beef, and she like, this is all we have. And then I told her like, I can't fuck with that meat, so I'm gonna just eat this rice and these beans. She said, listen, I need to feed you protein because I need you to protect me someday if anything happens to me. So that right there, that shit spoke volumes to me. I mean,
Hmm.
she put me up on game without even trying to put me on game. I'm like, I can't argue it. That makes sense. So it's like
Hmm.
I know I'm like a buck
That's your
80.
role.
Right. So she's like, listen, I need to feed you protein. You need to eat this protein. It is not an option because you need to gain more weight. So you will have to protect me someday if anything goes down. I'm like, all right, for sure. So I say that to say this. There are traditional women who actually value a man's role. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to
Absolutely.
give that personal experience. Go ahead.
That's my whole point of view.
All right, go ahead. I think Linda wanted to say
One
something.
one last statement before Linda goes. I'm going to extend
All right,
this
go ahead.
15 minutes of injury time, so we're going to go to 12:15.
All right, for
Cool.
sure. Appreciate it.
Injury.
Linda, you have the floor.
Oh, I thought BA had something he wanted to say to me, but a Smith and Wesson is the 40 and a 45 is the great equalizer. We don't need men to protect us.
Yes,
Um,
you
Oh
do.
wow.
Yes, you
no,
do.
no, I don't. No,
Yes,
I
you do.
don't. No, I don't.
Of
No, we
course you
don't.
do. Yes, you do.
No,
Yes, you do.
no, we
And I
don't.
can explain to you. I can explain to
Please
you from a
explain.
Smith and Wesson. I can explain to you from a Smith and Wesson 45 angle. I spent 14 years in Special Forces, U.S. Army Ranger as well as a Green Beret. I can pull out anything, a knife, and take your 45 and your Smith and Wesson from you. I can do that in your face. You need men. You don't think you need men because you think the gun. You've been taught to
They don't think
believe
they need men
that the
until
guns are
the
equalizer.
situation actually happens.
Exactly.
I'm,
Circumstances dictate the outcome.
I live in Texas. I'm big 50.
It
I've
doesn't matter.
lived
It
in the
doesn't
middle.
matter. I walked in a room full of people, all with weapons, two of us, and we took out 20 or 30 people. Are you kidding
Okay,
me?
okay.
That does not.
Well, I don't live in the Wild Wild West, and I'm not,
It's not the Wild Wild West. It's
But
called
I'm
being
saying, but
trained.
I don't
It's
need a
called,
man.
Linda, it's called being trained. Are you
I,
trained on your weapons?
yes,
Well,
I am. I was in the military, and
close and protected. What?
but
Okay,
listen,
what branch of the military were you in?
I was in the
What
Air
branch of the
Force.
military?
I ain't
You in
gonna lie,
the
I
Air
was
Force?
in the Air
No,
Force.
then you weren't trained. You were not trained.
But listen. I went to classes. I
Went
did.
to the range don't mean anything. When you
But
get
listen,
close in combat,
but
you are
listen.
not. Somebody pull out a weapon against you, you are not going to be able to use it if you don't have
But we're
what I
not.
have.
I'm not in combat. We're not in combat. But what I think BA wanted to speak to me about something. So
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
No, you just you gave a lot of commentary, personally, about me. So I don't know if you want to address that, but I would just tell you this because I was in the middle of talking about STDs and STI. So we are all aware that statistically speaking, that, and I hate to feel like I'm throwing people under the bus, but the black community has the highest, well, black girls have the highest rate of STDs. So are you educating them
yes,
about how to have safe sex or not to have sex at all, and how to and educate them on how, or educate them on the pathology of how viruses work?
yes, I have, and yes, I do. But I primarily work with men at the VA. But here's the deal. When I did do some rotations at the county hospital, and I'm not speaking about. This is going to be a conversation about me and you because you don't know me. I love black men. I think I've only dated one. I did one white guy, one Hispanic, but
Right,
I did
right.
marry a black man. But usually when I go to the county hospital, it's mostly, and I mean, it's their word against, that I'm just going by what they tell me. But it's black women that say, my boyfriend didn't tell me my status when they come in with HIV or an STD. My boyfriend, it's usually the men that are the ones that are dishonest, especially these DL. I live in Houston, unfortunately, but I love where I live. But it's a lot of these. I guess I don't know if they're DL or what. But it's a lot of black men that don't tell the black women their status. So please don't put this on just black women. It's a community issue. So I think it starts with you. It starts with us. You have to be responsible. I have to be responsible. So I don't care to hear about statistics because, you know, but when I'm sitting with a patient one-on-one, I'm telling it starts with you. You need to wear a condom. If you have 10 children, why don't you get a vasectomy and practice safe sex? Why do you need multiple partners? So, and I think when I logged on, I was kind of disgusted because I thought I heard you say, I'm a sexual degenerate, I'm corrupt. Did I
So you thought, or I said that? There's two big distinctions.
Normally I just log on and I just do stuff, but I heard those words and I'm like, oh my God, that's a terrible thing for you to say about yourself.
Okay, so dear sweetie,
was it a joke? I don't know. I would never say that. I'm a sexual degenerate.
Okay, so wait, dear, I genuinely want to give you a little advice. I don't know how often you go on people's lives, but try to be an attentive listener first before you make an assumption.
I have things to do. I'm working on my doctorate. I just listen for.
Well, you're on this live right now, so fortunately, this live is pretty important.
You said you wanted to speak to me.
Right, absolutely, about this. So when you assume that I say things, you should ask me first. So I've never said I'm a sex man. Can we please have a dialogue, okay? When you say I thought, that's an assumption. You're assuming that I said this. So I'm telling you, genuinely, try to be an attentive listener first before you go off and assuming things, okay? So I did not say I'm a sexual degenerate, but I did say that I am corrupt in the context of being overly spoiled. So I may have different views than the typical American.
I heard you say sexual degenerate.
Oh, God. So it went from you thought I said to now you know that I said it. Gotcha.
Yeah, I was trying to be polite. I'm from the South, but I heard you say
so wait, so you assume and say I thought to be polite? Like, I'm not trying to judge or anything, especially shout out to the South, but
I heard
if that's so if you say I thought versus I'm going to assume something, that means
you made your point. No point to keep going over it. She thought it.
Right. You're right.
To listen. Let's end it.
I heard him say it, and I just thought that that's a terrible thing for anybody to say about themselves.
Did anyone else hear me say it?
Even if he said he was a degenerate, even if he said he's a degenerate.
No, but hold on, but wait. I honestly want to reflect on what I said. Did anyone else genuinely, honestly hear me say I'm a sexual degenerate?
I can't remember, man, word for word.
Does anyone else?
By saying that you're corrupt.
No, it's not Mike, because you're good. That's just like saying, well, I thought you said. It's not you might. Might's a possibility.
The way you describe yourself.
It's not the way. No, it's that I say it verbatim or not. It's not about
because when I logged on, I heard it.
That's their interpretation of who you are. Their interpretation is superseding what you actually said. So your interpretation isn't.
But
think about
he said it very clearly.
I said what very clearly that, hey, I'm a sexual degenerate. Do I even speak like that? Like, I can't even. That's not my character. I don't even sound like that.
Get it.
But anyways, all I'm saying to you, Linda, and I didn't want to argue anything. I just wanted some clarification, and I just wanted for you to just look at the things that you say and not assume things. And like I said, I made my commentary about you, and I know I don't. Well, okay, that's perfectly fine. So I'm just giving the audience, when they have that curiosity, why do brothers leave the U.S. so much? And not just about black women, but I always harp on the communication and the attitudes and the communication again between black people in general. And you are a perfect example of that, which you just had exposed.
BA, black women don't care if you leave the U.S.
Oh God, this again. Damn, comical. It's all good for sure. And that's what and that's perfectly fine.
BA, you disagree?
What?
You disagree
that women don't care?
Yeah.
Honestly, no.
We don't care. Trust, we don't care.
Right. I got it, for sure. Gotcha. Don't care.
There's a there's a mass exfiltration of black men from America in all directions, within our own cultures or the multicultures in the United States and outside of the United States. There's a reason why, and it has to
Right.
do with the deficiency within the relationship or the unit of the black family. It
Thank
does.
you.
It has specifically to do with that. We have
Or the
been
communication
Hold on.
between
I think this.
the both genders.
no,
Let me say this.
well, the
When
black community has been
what's his name?
deconstructed. The black community has
When
been
Austin came here, when he came from the foreign trip to America, they were saying that no, black women are going to get him in trouble. Black women are going to try to convince him to stay. They thought black women would do everything and anything to to get back at him but guess what happened? Black women didn't even care. No, guys, let me tell you, and Chris might could verify this. The reason my account has 90, my followers, the followers on this account, on the account Chris is managing right now, 90% of the followers are black men and passport bros, because
And
black
how did
women
you
do not
determine
care.
that?
Do not care. I'm telling you guys, black women do not care. When Austin came here, no black woman gave him attention, to the point that because black women were just ignoring him, they didn't even care. He actually went on Ken Raji's show to create drama. That is how
but
much black women do not care. Black women do not
black
care.
women are
The
not a
majority
monolith.
are
But,
passport bro because your channel say keep Africa passport bro free. So
well, yes,
therefore you can
Yeah,
get all the passport bro behind. I mean, it's normal. That's
there
the
you
thing.
go.
There's a
yes.
channel
Black
there.
women are not a
What do you
monolith.
expect?
Black, right?
Yes,
Black
so
women
they
are
do
not a
not
monolith.
want, they don't want, they do not. When you go to passport pro critics, it's not black women criticizing them, it is other passport bros, because black women do not care. If you think about it, I mean, be honest. I have not met one single passport bro that I said, wow, we are losing. I wish I met this guy when I was younger, or I wish, this guy would date me. Almost all the
Yeah,
passport bros
That's how you
are.
feel about Austin.
yeah, I want to say one
But
thing.
I have a question. How many
Sorry,
passport broke? Can we
let me say one
quantify
thing.
them? How many are there? I mean, give me a
I
number.
agree,
How many
Strick.
passport
Let me
broke?
say one. Let me say
Yeah,
one thing. The truth is in the statement that they're fleeing the country. They're fleeing the country because the
Yeah,
women they
because
want.
of Linda's way
No,
of
no, no, no,
dealing
no, no, no,
with
no,
black
no, no,
men.
no.
Okay, yeah,
They're fleeing the. They're
I'm
fleeing the.
chasing all the black men out of the
They're
country.
fleeing the
I'm,
country because they can't cut it. That's why they're fleeing.
Can't cut
that's
what?
not true. Can't cut what?
Wait, hold on. Can't cut what?
Can't
Like, you
cut
gotta
Yeah,
what?
define that,
yeah,
brother.
yeah. Hot take. These men
Can't cut
are
what?
not competitive.
Competitive? What
Exactly.
the
That's the
Uh,
fuck?
thing.
Chris, you
This
Like,
must
brother,
be trolling,
this
Chris.
brother never
You
been out of the
gotta be
country.
trolling, Chris.
no,
Listen,
you're not
He's
competitive.
losing
If
his
you were
mind.
competitive, you'd find women.
Chris, tell me
Yeah,
you
you lost his
trolling,
mind.
bro.
Chris,
He
no,
Chris,
think,
no,
oh,
no.
so you
Hold on,
believe
hold on, hold on, hold on.
every
Guys,
man leaves the
give
country
me.
so they can get some ass? Is that it? Is that it?
Exactly. Well,
That's all
the
we're
one, the
about?
passport. That's
That's
the point.
not
The
it.
passport
That
bros.
is
The
not.
passport bros
You're
leave
so far
America
from the
for.
truth.
BA.
That is so far
We're
from the
not gonna
truth.
let
That
Chris
makes
get
no
away with
sense.
this. Wait a minute. So,
Yeah,
Chris,
yeah,
That's some
yeah,
BS. That is krill.
focus on me for a little bit. But I'm just gonna say this,
you
BA,
gotta be trolling, bro.
BA, BA, when you look at a lot of these passport bros, a lot of these rim bros, they will say, "Hey, they've left the country," and then you ask them about their history, and they'll say, "Well, some black girl turned me down in high school or turned me down in middle school."
I've
They're
never
gonna
had that
focus on like
conversation in my
one or
life.
two girls.
no,
Yeah.
Chris, whoever that person is, Chris has a valid point. I was in the military, and a lot of military men, they do like to live overseas. So I don't think it's just all black men are just fleeing the country. I don't agree with that. But I've listened to that guy, what's his name, Wallace Floyd. He sound and Austin. He sounds weird,
Troubled.
like he has, yeah, exactly, like he has trouble speaking to black women here, so he can go over there, and I guess
It's
and he
not a problem speaking to anybody. I mean, you should see him
But
talking to
yeah,
good men. It's
Floyd
even
has
worse.
listen,
bad
can I say
hygiene.
something?
Floyd has bad
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead,
hygiene,
ahead,
Strick.
Strick.
and it's like
Strick.
we don't
Go
want him
ahead.
here. He's dirty.
This is getting
Yeah.
good.
This makes no sense.
We are mentioning, hold on, we are mentioning Austin Holloman, but
Yeah.
no one is talking about Austin Holloman's friend Casey, the beard or the red beard, which is a white guy, and
And so,
Concur, with
You mean that
Austin
white guy?
Holland.
Let him finish.
Yeah, hold on. Which I mean, Casey's a white guy
Yeah,
from
okay.
I don't know from where. Casey the Redbeard, has been on Austin Pamel, and they've been hanging out together in Brazil. They're both in Brazil, and
Yeah,
Austin.
we gotta talk about him.
Let him
Yeah,
finish.
but hold on. Exact. Austin. Carrie concurred with the exact. I mean, Casey with the exact same thing Austin is saying, but no one is talking about this white guy. But he's saying the exact same thing. There's other passport bro,
I
white guy,
agree.
same nonsense in
Yeah,
Mexico,
whole lot.
in Colombia, lots of them.
Remember we were in the
Guess
Dominican
what?
Republic and we saw
Wait,
those
wait,
French
strictly-
guys
the
in there,
fact-
brother.
Exactly.
Come
The
on.
fact that
One
you
of the-
aren't following them, it's a big deal. I mean, you go to Patia, go to watch Patia. The majority of are British men going after those women. I don't see the brothers on those lives that I've seen on the live stream in Thailand. It's all British dudes, but no one is talking about them. I mean, all of a sudden,
Zed,
it's
this
like,
is your cue to go in because they talking about your white man.
That's-
This is your cue
I've
to
seen
go in
them.
on them.
how many
They're
white
more
men go to
degenerate.
Africa
They're
and
more
spread
white
diseases? They go to
degenerates.
Ethiopia, they go
Hell
to
yeah.
the Congo, they go to, I mean, but no one's talking about them. And all of a
I
sudden,
know-
you have like 5 passport bro that talk about black women. Do you generalize it? Not every passport bro is online either. It's
And
on
those
YouTube.
Ethiopian women worship white men.
Wait,
Exactly.
Those are
So
the
they are
degenerates right
generalizing
there.
something
The
which just doesn't
degenerates
make
are
sense.
those.
Exactly.
Those
Doesn't
men
make
are the
sense.
degenerates.
So wait.
They go
Strictly-
out and they
strictly-
screw
strictly,
anything.
Are you trying to make the argument that there's more Caucasian people going to Thailand than black people, and just more Caucasian?
No, they're more degenerate.
No. I'm not
The
making.
black
I'm,
guys.
I'm
I can
confirming
make that case.
there
No,
is
I can
more-
make that case. Yes, there's
there are
more
more
white men
British
in the
men
world going everywhere.
traveling for sex than black men.
Exactly, because I mean,
And being
them.
degenerate.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I do not understand. The white man's degeneracy doesn't affect us, but your degeneracy does, because what you try to do is, instead of saying, you know what, we are going to, Latin America because we like non-black women, but the non-black women here in America.
Why
would
is he
be
making that
valid.
argument? That's not the case.
Well,
That doesn't
hold
make
on, let
sense.
me
That's
finish.
that's myopic.
Why not? Why not talk about ghettogaggers.com?
Why? See, I have never.
That is the
Hold
most
on.
dehumanizing, degenerate type of sexual activity
Yeah,
you
come
can
on.
ever imagine.
We don't have a lot of time. We're not going to talk about porn tonight.
But every
We're
brother I
not
know that go
talking, we're not
overseas.
talking about that.
Have you seen
Every brother I know
Roberto?
that go overseas.
Can I ask
Roberto
a
is
question of Zed? Can I ask a
Okay.
question of Zed?
Actually, could you stop? I'm sorry to say this, but could you stop streaming because I think your channel is hacked.
What?
Strictly's channel is hacked.
Oh.
I know it's not hacked, but I think there is someone. I think me and Strictly know who is playing with the numbers.
Mm.
Yeah, there's
I
a
think
lot.
I know who it is.
Who is it?
We're not. I think Strictly knows, and I know.
I see that. Yeah.
Do I need to block somebody?
No, it's somebody. It's not,
How do
anyway,
you
yeah.
hack these channels? How do you hack these channels? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
They're not hacked.
Good.
What they do is, I mean, they do that with Floyd. What they will do is, they will go into his channel or something, and then they will say, he has 1,000 viewers or 1,000 people watching. But when you check, it's just like if you go to so that's
Oh, so
what's
he's
happening.
paying them. He's paying them to do that. Paying people to do that.
I
they
think Strictly knows who. I think Strictly. Am I right in thinking the person?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. So what was we talking about? I do not.
We
care
were
about-
talking about deporting those nasty white guys from these foreign countries.
And there are
do
many
that.
more of them than there are brothers. Many more of them. Many more.
My
I had a
African brother, get them guys up out of these countries.
I know.
I had
I've
a
seen.
question
I mean,
for Zed.
honestly. Let me. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I had a question for Zed before I forget, and I think this is a good turning point. Zed, did something go down with your channel? And because I saw at times you were talking about being doxxed. Is that why you made this transition to a new channel?
And no, I am just actually done with that with channel. That's why.
Okay. Thank you.
And actually, I wish I had given this channel to Chris earlier, and I'm not even kidding, because now the channel is calm. Before it was like all arguing. Right now,
Yeah, because it's all men. That's why.
There you go.
Look at you. This is why I'm going.
BA, I forgot to ask you this. I said it earlier on the panel. Did you donate $2 to Floyd Wallace?
Nah.
All right, just curious. I wanted to ask that.
There's another PA.
Okay.
$2.
Well, BA, all I can say is I've seen those lies. I've traveled a lot, but I haven't been to Brazil, man. That's just really, these places that we name are kind of all passport bro locations.
Man, you got listen.
Thailand. But
I'm gonna tell you this, brother.
Let me finish real quick, boss.
Go ahead.
And
Go
then
ahead.
you got it. All I'm saying is I kept hearing you say these women are so bad. They so bad in Brazil, but I done seen Ace lives. I done seen Czech lives. I done seen Austin lives. And I mean, it's good looking women, but I don't see them any more good looking than the women I see in the U.S. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Well, let me just tell you this, my brother. Just let your imagination just roam while I be very descriptive of how I describe these women. I'm gonna just leave it as that. That's it.
So are you saying that their lives aren't real? Like, what? I mean, like I say, I've traveled a lot. I just ain't been to those places.
Where have you traveled to? Where?
Shit,
Where have
I've
you
been to
traveled?
24 countries, man. So I can't
Really?
even think of them all off the top. I've been
Well,
to
I've been to
Egypt,
over 80
I've been to
countries.
London,
I've been over
I've
80.
been all over
Been
Germany,
there.
I've been all
Been
over
there.
Japan.
And women
I've been to
out of the
Iceland.
woodwork. White
What's
women
up?
everywhere you talking. White women
Well,
everywhere you talking. Been all those places many times. Keep going.
correct.
What are you saying is wrong with a brother leaving the country and having fun, making money, doing his thing, and getting laid at the same time? That doesn't make you a passport bro.
Hold
It
on,
only
Mike.
makes you
Hold on,
myopic to think
Mike.
that that's
Now,
it.
you asked me a
Yeah.
question, but my first thing is I haven't mentioned anything about getting laid since I've been on here. I asked him about Social Security,
I didn't
and that's
accuse you of that,
basically
but you
it.
said that men who were out doing that were passport bros, and that's
I
what
didn't
passport
say
bros do.
anything
So I
like
was
that. I
equating it
literally
back.
just asked him a question. He said that the women were so beautiful. I said,
Maybe I
and
got
what
him
I've seen
confused. There was another
online.
guy talking on here. There was another guy with your voice talking on here that a few minutes ago said that, we men leave the country to go get
That was
laid,
me.
and
So,
that's
Michael, let me
okay.
add some
There,
That
go
was
again. See, I
crazy.
missed the wrong voice.
Hey,
See, I don't
Michael,
know. I'm sorry,
Michael,
bro. Forgive me for breathing.
No,
let
you
me add
good,
some
boss.
context. Let me add some context to that. I'm not
Yeah.
just saying guys who travel and they get their James Bond on and find a woman internationally and sleep over. I'm not saying that they're passport bros. I'm saying the dudes who compound that with all black women are trash. Don't date black women. Screw the West. Leave the
I've never
That
said that in my
narrative
life.
is old. Like, leave
Yeah.
that alone,
I've
Christopher.
never said
Like,
that.
that shit is ancient, bruh.
No.
Thank you.
That's
No,
an
okay, then I
ancient
apologize.
argument, bruh.
Bro. I apologize to you. I didn't know with whom I
No,
was
you're fine,
speaking.
boss. You
But I
fine.
wanted to make clear that I disagreed with that for a variety of reasons. That makes no sense.
This
What
I
does
don't
make
even when you talk about this passport bro, to me the whole thing is really silly. Like for
okay?
me, I just
I'm right
call it
there
what it
with you.
is. Some guys who are going out of town and some are going to sleep and some are going. I've traveled all these places, but I've traveled all these locations with my wife. I haven't went to any of these places by myself. So everyone's a little bit different. I don't even think most people who like just aren't heavily on YouTube even knows what a passport bro is. I only learned about a passport bro like 3-4 months ago.
You too,
Yeah, I
me
can dig
too.
it.
We were 6 months ago.
Okay? I just not last month
Yeah.
when I first started. I don't know anything about these guys.
Yes,
Never
sir.
joined one of their clubs, went to one of their meetings. I have no idea.
Yes,
All
No,
I
sir.
but
know is
You don't
guess
want
what?
to.
As a matter of
go
fact,
ahead.
Right.
I was
Is this
surprised to.
OG that was just
Okay.
speaking? So I do want to point this out there because you said you traveled to these different countries with your wife. So by default, you will have a tremendous different experience if you're traveling
Absolutely.
with someone. So I mean, you can criticize and be open minded as much as possible, but when it comes to you visiting these countries, you're gonna have a very different experience than the AKA in quotes passport bro because you have a significant other already. So of course
No, no,
things are
no.
going to be a
I'm
lot
not,
different.
BG. I'm not cutting you off to cut you off, but I'm
Mhm.
just cutting you off
BA.
because that's not what I said. I was just saying generally, like looks, look for look. I'm saying there's no different. Like I've traveled to a lot of places, and what I'm saying is people are
Okay.
people. That was it.
So if you don't mind me asking since you brought up looks, is your wife black
She
or
is. My wife's black.
okay? And what does she look like, if you don't mind me asking? Because you talked about look.
My wife's very beautiful face, man, but she's no Instagram model. But neither am
But
I. I'm no.
can you be descriptive though?
Go ahead.
I said, can you be descriptive?
I'm just gonna leave it at that. She's not an Instagram model, but you can still make your point off of that.
Okay, so the women are they come in abundance, but of course you're gonna have a different mindset because you already have someone. So again, I mean, the bottom line is just that.
What you're describing isn't an experience. I'm saying looks. I didn't argue with you on your experiences. I argued with you on your looks, telling me that they look a certain way. I'm saying go to any large university in America and there's badass women everywhere.
Right.
And you don't even have to go there. That's just the easiest spot for me to find. Just a quick one to call out to people. But I know there's bad women everywhere in the U.S. And I'm just saying.
Okay, so I'll just say this then. When it comes, okay, hold on, wait. So let me respond to that. So I think what it comes down to is the ratio. Okay, so OG, it's the ratio that I focus on now. Even though you can go to a college campus or a university and find some, but in my